If you loved Hogwarts Legacy, but was disappointed with the omission of every witch and wizard's favourite sport, then Harry Potter Quidditch Champions is here to fill that gap and offer players the chance to jump on their broomstick and go head to head on the field. While some liberties have been taken with the rules to improve game balancing, Quidditch Champions does a reasonable job capturing the magic and adrenaline rush, whether you're scrambling for the quaffle, dodging bludgers, or seeking the golden snitch. But with repetitive gameplay and a very one and done single player mode, I'm slightly concerned for the future of this title. Developer Unbroken Studios had a mammoth task trying to capture the magic of Quidditch, especially seeing as fans were upset it was missing from Hogwarts Legacy. While I wouldn't say these were high expectations, it would further disappoint fans if they missed the goal here, but I have to say they have navigated the challenge fairly well. Firstly, we need to go over some slight adjustments to the rules, as in favour of balancing, some edits have been made. 3 chasers on each team will be competing for a quaffle and trying to score in the opposing team's goals for 10 points. Each goal is guarded by a keeper, and throughout the game, beaters will be using bats to send bludgers towards opposition players to knock them off their broom. In the world of Harry Potter, there were 2 beaters on each team, but in this game, each team only has 1. The most dramatic changes, however, have been made to the golden snitch. Instead of the snitch being worth 150 points and ending the game, it is only worth 30 points, and play resumes until the match time runs out or a team scores a total of 100 points. The golden snitch also only appears a couple of times each game. If you're playing in the 3v3 online multiplayer mode, then each player takes control of one chaser and one of the other roles. For example, you can search for a game as a chaser and keeper, chaser and beater, or a chaser and seeker. If you are a chaser and seeker, then of course once the snitch is on the field, you should stop controlling the chaser, let the bot take over while you go hunt for the snitch. If you're playing in the single player mode, you can freely choose between any of the 4 positions at your choosing. It can be a bit awkward swapping positions and even getting slightly disorientated at first, especially playing as a chaser and keeper, because sometimes I would swap to the keeper too late in the play and can't react fast enough to have any meaningful defensive impact. And it's just better often to let the bot have a go and stay as a chaser, calling for a pass in the event the keeper makes a save. I will say, passing between teammates is fairly intuitive, and you can use a boost to help zoom away from the opposition. While you are holding the quaffle, there is a slight reduction in movement speed, so you are incentivized to throw it around, and I did find online players were regularly giving each other a go and getting everybody involved as we move the quaffle up the field. If you are matchmaking, you can search for just any position, but every time I did this, I always got the chaser and keeper role, which I hated because the keeper controls I felt were the least intuitive of them all, and it was also simply the least fun role. It is worth noticing that the player count for this game on Steam isn't great. As of writing, there were less than 300 people online and a 24-hour peak of just over 900. I'm sure the console numbers might be better, and there is crossplay, luckily. The game is available on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, as well as the Xbox One. Unfortunately, it is not available on Nintendo Switch. It is, however, available if you are a PlayStation Plus Extra subscriber at no extra costs. It is one of the games on that library. Otherwise, if you want to buy it outright, it will cost you $30 in the US and $50 in Australia. I played through the entire single player mode, which incorporated a fairly well-rounded tutorial at the Weasleys, who help break down each of the different positions you need to learn. Once you've completed the tutorial, you can progressively unlock some different tournaments, including the Hogwarts House Tournament, in where you can play as one of the 4 iconic houses, the Triwizard Cup, which includes the Bobadens Academy and the Durmstrang Institute. Finally, there is the Quidditch World Cup, where you can choose from 25 different countries and battle out for international glory. Now, for the most part, this was okay, as it was fun working your way through different Quidditch tiers, and some teams have different play styles. Some might be more defensive and tricky to score against, while others like Slytherin were very aggressive and be trying to knock you off your broom more often. By the way, if you do get knocked off, you get eliminated, kind of similar to Rocket League. But your team is down one person for a short amount of time, giving a reasonable advantage to the opposition. I will say feeling the rush of brooms flying past you and all of the HUD elements can be a bit overwhelming at times. If you aren't fully concentrating, you can easily lose track of the ball, but there is a ball cam you can use to help locate the quaffle. When I was playing for the World Cup, I think visibility can be improved slightly, especially with the goal rings, because they're the same color as the stands behind them. So some slight adjustments to the colors can help with visibility a little in my opinion. My biggest complaint about the single player mode though was it was far too easy. You have to compete tournaments to unlock the different difficulty settings, and once you complete every single tournament, that's when you unlock the hardest difficulty. So I'd already finished the game, and even on the second hardest difficulty, I was winning my games fairly convincingly. I honestly probably would have preferred having the highest difficulty unlocked right from the start, because I got pretty bored of winning every single game with very little challenge. Let's talk about the My Team features. You can customize all your players with various options to face, hair, skin tone, build, and more. You can even mix up their wardrobe to represent your favorite house, as well as emotes and celebrations. You can also buy various store bundles to play as some iconic characters. There is a perk system where you can improve the stats of your team to help give you a slight edge, such as Seekers having their meter for catching the snitch fill up quicker, or longer passing distances for chasers. Don't forget your broom. You can upgrade your broomstick for better speed, agility, and durability. However, I think the UI needs a bit of a cleanup. Once I upgraded my broom to level 5, it was difficult to work out if I should invest in another broom because I couldn't compare the original level 1 stats. And I didn't want to invest into those upgrades if by the time I finally got that broom to level 5, where I can now make that comparison and it ends up not being as good as the broom I already had, I think this needs to be tidied up a little bit. Truth be told, I enjoyed Harry Potter Quidditch Champions for the day I played it. And being included in the PlayStation Extra offering was a huge bonus, but it did take me some time to find online games, and joining matches already in progress was frustrating. When I jumped on the second day to capture footage for this game, I already felt it was a bit of a chore, and I wasn't terribly motivated to continue playing by the time I got over the slightly clunky controls. I'm sure maybe they could introduce some different modes to help vary the gameplay, but the player counts are causing me concern, and that's preventing me from saying, go out and buy this game, you'll have a lot of fun. I feel for many, this is going to be one of those games where it's cool for a day, but it just gets a bit repetitive, and I still firmly believe it would have been better to have implemented this in Hogwarts Legacy and have specific rewards players can earn associated with it. If you are a diehard Harry Potter fan, then sure, you might get some fun out of this offering, but I think for most people, I would say wait till this goes on sale, or if you are on PlayStation, just go through the membership and cancel after a month, because I don't think this game will have that many players still on it following through to next year. But those are just my thoughts. Please, I'd love to hear what you have to say on Harry Potter Quidditch Champions down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss my next video. Click on the playlist on screen to view some of my other reviews, and thank you so much for watching. Lancy out.